Okay, it says it's streaming, so you'll see it in like 10 seconds.
Okay.
And then I'll make you host so that when you end the live, you just have to close the Zoom meeting.
I just closed this meeting. Okay. Let me put that here.
Okay, you're live. I'm gonna make you host.
Okay. All right, let's. Hello, hello. All right, we're live. Hi. All right, so I'm gonna just give a few minutes to let people start joining, and then we're gonna get started. Minutes. So hi. Hello, for those that are joining me right now, we're gonna give a few minutes for others to join us, and then we're gonna get started today for our IG Live. Hi. Hi, Nora. And good luck. Anybody in Woodside, if you're in Woodside today, catch Nora on the corner of 34th Avenue and 59th Street. She will be performing today. So for anyone that's there. All right, sorry if I'm looking away, guys. I have both YouTube and IG running today. So don't mind if my focus shifts. All right, it's 12:04. We'll give it another minute. All right. So, hey everyone. My name is Antara Saha, and I am a trained Indian classical dancer from the beautiful town of Astoria, Queens. And if there's anybody else from Astoria, put a shout in the comment box. So as a trained Indian classical dancer, I have been learning since I'm the age of 4. So this year makes 23 years for me that I've been learning, well, close to 24. I've trained in Kathak and Bharatanatyam. And so Kathak comes from northern part of India, and there is 3 houses, what we say, or gharanas. Gharana means Ghar means house. So the three Gharanas of Kathak is Lucknow, Jaipur, and Banaras. So the style of Kathak that I am actually trained in is the Lucknow style. And I was trained in the Lucknow style by my late guru, Onu Kumar Das. And he taught me many different techniques as far as not just how to be a good Kathak dancer, but how I can use different techniques throughout different styles of dances that I know, including Bharatanatyam, which I am also trained in. And that comes from the southern part of India. And just like Kathak, Bharatanatyam also has different styles. And the style that I'm most familiar with, from which I'm trained in, is the Kalakshetra style. So Bharatanatyam and Kathak, they're very two different styles. Bharatanatyam is very bold, fast-paced, usually very defined movements, whereas Kathak is a little bit more subtle. It's a little bit more on the natural movements of the body. In the Lucknow style of Kathak, there is a lot of spins and footwork. And whereas in my Bharatanatyam style, it's the facial expressions are very exaggerated. The body postures are very defined. So there is a difference. But in addition to those two, I've also learned Rabindranath Ravindrik style, Ravindranitra, forgive me, please, which is a dance style based on the works of the great laureate Rabindranath Tagore, which is actually one of my pieces this year. My piece this year that I'm for is a and Galana is a piece, a very high rhythmic piece that is performed usually towards the end of a Bharatanatyam recital. So here's a major thing though, whether it's Kathak, Bharatanatyam, or the Ravindrik style of dance, or whether it's ballet, belly dancing, like Nora, no matter what kind of style of dancing you do, or just your day-to-day activities, a main thing is, oh, hold on, I think I lost you guys. Okay, so one of the main things, whether it's any type of dance or your day-to-day activities, is to breathe. So if you're not breathing, you're not alive, right? So breathing is a very, very important part of life, but also learning different breathing techniques is very important for dance. If you don't know how to control your breathing, you will kind of exacerbate yourself as you perform your pieces or even rehearse. And I'm speaking from experience. And the reason I chose, to do breathing techniques today is the last couple of months, I have gone through many personal hurdles, and reminding myself to take a moment, like focus myself and breathe, has been a very integral part of that. So today I want to just go over some breathing techniques that I have learned through my years of training with all my different gurus, Anil Kumar, Devashish Das, and of course my late guru, Onu Kumar Das. And hopefully, maybe even if you guys aren't dancers, this breathing technique can help you, because I've also gone through counseling myself and learned that I've been able to apply even towards. So if you want to join me, my IG live, people watching, if you guys want to join me and maybe go through the breathing with me, you're more than welcome to, but if not, that's okay. Not putting the spotlight on anybody. If you are sitting, if you're not sitting, if you're standing, have a seat, take this next 5 minutes or so, just breathe and focus yourself and find your center. So if you're sitting on a chair, but even though I'm sitting on a chair, I'm planting my feet. My feet is completely planted. I'm gonna take a little, so to show you, because your posture matters when you're trying to go through breathing techniques. If you're slouching, because you're slouching forward, you're kind of pressing down on your diaphragm and your lungs right here, and you're not gonna get the full effect. You're gonna actually have very short, shallow breaths, and it's not gonna help you at all understanding this exercise. So we're gonna, whether you're sitting on the floor or sitting in a chair, if you're sitting in a chair, have your feet planted, firm on the ground, and back completely straight. Your spine should be straight. And if you would like, hands right here on your thighs, on your palms down. If you are sitting on the floor or on the bed, that's fine too. You can sit crisscross applesauce, that's fine too. When I sit like this, I tend to like to leave my hands a little hanging off my knees, but again, my back is straight from here, from my neck, all the way down to my tailbone. My spine is straight. So it's very important, like I said, not to hinge forward, as you will be compressing your diaphragm and your lungs during these exercises. So the first one is very simple. You're gonna just breathe in through your nose, and you're gonna exhale through your mouth. Are we having connection problems? All right, hold on. All right, I hope no one's videos is paused now. So like I said, so I'm gonna sit. Okay. So the first exercise is a very simple exercise that we'll do. Sorry guys, my IG live just paused for a moment. Just give me a moment, please. All right, here we go. All right, can everybody see me? If someone can give me a thumbs up. Hopefully we have no more freezing issues. Okay. All right, so like I was saying, we're gonna do a simple breathing exercise to begin with, and this is very simple. You're gonna breathe in through your nose, and you're gonna breathe out through your mouth, but we're gonna do it on a count. So you're gonna breathe in 4 counts, and then you're gonna exhale 4 counts, okay? So, ready? So breathe in, starting with your nose, 1, and exhale with your mouth, 4. So obviously I can't count and breathe at the same time for you guys. So when I say start, just start counting 4 and just breathe in through your nostrils and then exhale through your mouth. But when you breathe in 4, hold it for a second and then exhale through your mouth, okay? So ready, 1, 2, 3, go, and one more time. let's continue. And one more time. All right, so sometimes doing just this, if you ever feel like too much is going on and you need a moment to kind of refocus yourself, this is something I like to do sometimes here and there, whether it's at work, whether I'm outside. It's just kind of doing this counting of breathing in and then the counting of breathing out, because it really helps you focus yourself, because you're focusing on one thing, and which is your breathing. So for me, this is very calming, but it really does help in the long run as you get things done. And doing this a few minutes a day will really help. So in Indian classical dancing, it is very important that we control our breathing. So the reason I wanted to start with the whole breathe in with your nose, breathe out through your mouth, is because this is something we tend to do naturally, okay? But for dance, this doesn't help, because as dancers, especially if you're a Paranatam dancer, if I have any Paranatam dancers joining me at all, you could probably relate to this. When you're dancing, or even Kathak or any other dance, when you're breathing through your mouth as you are performing, you actually tend to tire yourself out faster. Because you're trying to breathe and trying to move, you're actually kind of restricting yourself. So by controlling your breathing, it really helps you focus, I feel. So it is very important to learn how to breathe just through your nose as a dancer, in my opinion. It's a technique that I'm still trying to master, because sometimes when I perform, I will, as I'm dancing. So I am still learning how to control my breathing. And it's something you can't learn overnight. It is something that comes to you through practice. Okay, so a technique that is commonly used in yoga is very useful in this sense too. It is called alternate nostril breathing. Okay, so it kind of is what it sounds. So we're gonna close one nostril, breathe in through one, and then switch, and then exhale through the other. So I'm gonna go through the technique, but the reason why this is very important, it really helps, again, make you focus on how you're taking in your breath and how you're releasing it. All right, that is very, very important. And again, this is something I can't stress enough. This is still something I am mastering myself on a day-to-day basis, but it helps. It really does help in the long run. So when you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, or you just breathe in through your mouth and out through your mouth when dancing, it's a very shallow breath when you're breathing through your mouth. It's a very shallow breath. It doesn't circulate to the whole part of your lungs. It only kind of hits the top part of your lungs, and that's about it. But when you breathe through your nose and exhale through your nose, and you control that breathing, you circulate the air through the whole area of your lungs. And it really does make a big difference in dance. I can't stress that enough. So, like I said, we're gonna do a technique called alternate nostril breathing. So again, if you're sitting on the floor or sitting in a chair, make sure you're firm and your back is straight, okay? You can leave one hand, your left hand on your leg, on your thigh, or on your knee. And with your right hand, we're gonna do the Vishnu Mudra, which is basically taking your index finger, your middle finger together and folding it. And then your pinky and your ring finger are together with your thumb out. So again, this is gonna be the Vishnu Mudra. We're gonna take our index finger and our middle finger down with our ring and our pinky out together. Even if you want to put it a little far apart, that's fine too. And your thumb is just here. Okay? So now, what you're going to do, you're gonna face yourself. So your middle finger and your index finger, again, this should be on your right hand, will be placed right above your lip, kind of under your nose. But this is also where you're gonna use your thumb and your ring finger to do the controlling of closing and opening your nostrils. So these are the only two fingers that we are mainly using. Your pinky just kind of stays up here. So again, let's review. Feet planted if you're sitting in a chair, back straight, spine straight. Do not slouch, try not to slouch. Again, because if you slouch, you will be cutting off the complete opening and closing of your diaphragm and your lungs. So back straight, head up, all the way down from your neck to your tailbone. Your left hand is on your lap. Your right hand, you put down to your middle finger and your index finger. On your right hand, your ring finger and your pinky are out and your thumb is out. So I'm bending my two fingers all the way down, and this is how my hand is gonna be. But don't make it tight or anything, loose. This is all about just, focusing on your breathing. So we're gonna hold it right here, okay? And you're gonna use your ring and your thumb to open and close your nostrils. So this is the alternate nostril breathing technique to really help you focus on how to breathe through your nose. So we're gonna start with closing our right nostril and breathing in through our left, okay? So as you breathe in through your left nostril, you're gonna breathe in 4 counts, okay? Once you breathe in the 4 counts, you're then gonna hold it and switch. You're gonna then close your left nostril and you're gonna breathe out through your right nostril 8 counts. So again, you're breathing in 4 counts, but then you're breathing out 8 counts. And then we're gonna start again on our right side this time. You're gonna breathe in 4 counts, then you're gonna close and open up your left nostril and breathe out in 8 counts. Okay, so again, so let's start. Let's do 1 cycle. Okay, so hold down your right nostril with your thumb, and you're gonna breathe in 4 counts. Okay. And then you're gonna switch by closing your left nostril and opening up your right, and now you're gonna breathe out 8. And now I'm gonna breathe in 4 with my right nostril. And then I'm gonna close and open and breathe out 8. So if you guys may have noticed, I tend to close my eyes when I do the breathing exercises, because again, I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to focus on myself, trying to forget about all the outside distractions, and I'm trying to focus on my breathing. So if that helps, you're more than welcome to close your eyes. If not, you can also keep your eyes open. That's perfectly fine too. So let's start. So obviously, again, I can't count and breathe at the same time, but when I say start, breathe in 4 through your left, then switch and release from your right nostril 8 counts, and then you're gonna breathe in 4 counts, hold that, switch, and then release 8 counts from the other nostril. Okay, so let's try. Ready? 1, 2, 3, start. And so you should have breathed out now through your right. Now you're gonna breathe in again from your right, 4 counts. Exhale from the left, 8 counts. All right. So were you guys able to do it? Did you understand the alternate nostril breathing technique? Any questions, please ask me. I would love to review this again. Again, this is something I do time to time to really help me control my breathing, especially when I rehearse. If I see that I am really running out of breath or I'm just losing, my stamina very quickly, I sometimes take a moment during rehearsal, sit down and just breathe. Usually I'll do the alternate, or I'll just do through my nose and out through my nose. Again, as dancers, if we breathe through our mouth, you will be losing breath and your stamina very quickly. Whereas if you control your breathing through your nose, you are circulating the majority of the breath and air through all of your lungs. Whereas breathing through your mouth, you're doing a very shallow breath and it's only the top half of your lung. So I hope this technique helps anybody, especially even if you're not a dancer, you can probably use this technique. So just, take a moment. It is a yoga technique. It's a yoga breathing technique. And this can really help sometimes just help refocus yourself. So we're gonna do one more time, the alternate breathing, the alternate nostril breathing. Again, middle finger, ring finger down, index finger, your index finger and your middle finger down, your ring finger and pinky out, and your thumb out. You hold it right here, these two that are down right under your nostrils, and you're gonna use your thumb and your ring to control the breathing. So you breathe in, you close one nostril, you breathe in, 4 counts, and then you switch and you exhale through the other nostril, 8 counts. And then to complete the cycle, you will then breathe in 4 counts through the nostril that you have exhaled from. You're gonna inhale 4 counts, close it, and you're gonna exhale 8 counts. And then you just repeat the cycle of 4 and 8. And you can do it as many times as you want. But one cycle is you closing this one, breathing in, releasing, and then breathing in and releasing. That's one cycle. So let's do 2 cycles and then we will move on. So once again, this is how the Vishnu Mudra, that your hand is in, your other hand is on your lap, back straight. And here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, start. All right, so that's 2 cycles. Again, from a dancer to other dancers, if you haven't already started just breathing through your nose and stop breathing through your mouth, please try these techniques. I think you will see an improvement in your dancing because you are controlling your breathing through only your nose. Again, when you're breathing through your mouth, it's a very shallow breath. So try to control your breathing, just breathing in and out through your nose. So now that we spoke about these techniques and just simple things about how to exhale, inhale and exhale, I'm not gonna say that you can't breathe through your nose, through your mouth at all. Sometimes you may have to. And as an Indian classical dancer, a major part of our dancing is the expressions, the emotions that we bring to our pieces, because that is how you bring the character, the piece, or your whole ambiance, the vibe that you're trying to portray to the audience can be really done with your breathing as well. I have played different characters where sometimes it's like I'm trying to show that the character has done a certain activity and they're very exhausted. So sometimes you might have to do the right? When you're that, obviously breathing in and out through my mouth helps me bring that character, that brings that a different type of characteristic out in my piece. So I'm not going to say that breathing through your mouth is a complete no-no, but you should definitely control when you do it and how you take in and take out your breath. Because if you're doing the whole, you're going to exacerbate yourself and you're going to tire yourself out. Whereas even if you're trying to show heavy breathing, you could still do just try to move this while you're still doing a very controlled breath, because you're still giving the whole panicked or heavy breathing look, but without doing the actual heavy breathing. And again, this is a technique. This is something that I didn't learn in one day. This was something I had to be drilled into by my gurus time and time again as they try to explain how I should be portraying a certain character. In that sense, I would actually like to bring back a piece. This was a piece that I performed last year for QDF 2020. And I think it's a great piece for me to show you guys how different breathing, how different breaths can really make or break a character or a piece. It's my Krishna Vandana, which I learned from my late guru Anukumar Das. And in this small Vandana, even though it's pretty slow and soft, there are different aspects of the piece where my breathing changes, or how I take in a breath really explains to you what I'm trying to say. So the Krishna Vandana is about Lord Krishna. A Vandana is an opening piece, usually to a Kathak recital, in which we pay homage and our respects to a certain deity to ask for their blessings for our performance. So the Krishna Vandana is about Lord Krishna. He is someone who's very mischievous. He was known for his pranks, but even though as mischievous as he was very loving, he was very caring. And he was known to all, and so that's what this piece portrays. So when you see certain things, I'm not going to point it out just yet. I'm going to perform it first, and then I want you guys to kind of point out the different breathing that I did throughout the piece to really show the difference between certain characters. Okay? All right. So let's do this. So did you guys notice the different breathings that I did? So I think this might be the first time I performed this piece, and I'm not trying to catch my breath. Even though as soft as it was, the first time that I ever performed this piece, for some reason, I was, right? But that's also because a lot of the times I kept my mouth open and I was breathing in or out of my mouth. Whereas this time, it was more controlled through my nose. And I did more full breathing. So, but did you notice how I used the different heaviness or softness of my breath to portray a certain feeling or emotion for this piece, right? In the beginning, right? Simple breathing, and then I'm showing, you know, my environment, my world, right? That the audience, the people of this world, right, is feeling like oppressed or like feeling, you know, held down. So I brought it in through my nose and I held that breath for a moment. And it really does help in that sense because I'm trying to show, you know, someone being like held down or oppressed, and holding that, showing you this kind of portrays that. Or when I came back around to show, you know, a Devi vanquishing or eliminating an evil, right? I was doing a heavy breath to, again, give that emphasis, like someone just killed someone, right? I vanquished an evil. So, and my eyes are big, but did you realize, despite me having a mean face, I did that breathing to really bring more effect to the character. But as quickly as I did that breathing, I had to come back to show the peace, the love in a person's heart, right? So here I can't be doing, I think if I was to do that kind of heavy breathing, it doesn't give you the right portrayal of the essence of this character, of this person. So slowing down my breathing and really following the rhythm of my hand, you know, I'm trying to bring that character, that emotion to my audience. So this is why I say breathing is such an important fundamental, whether you're an Indian classical dancer, a ballet dancer, tap dancer, belly dancer. It doesn't matter what kind of dancer you are. Breathing is such an important aspect and such an important fundamental that I think we tend to sometimes ignore. Because, you know, again, to be alive, right, you need to just simply breathe. We tend to forget it. We tend to forget how integral, how important it is for a dancer, especially because it will kind of help the longevity of your performance. I won't say that I haven't taken some shortcuts here and there. Sometimes where I've done a performance where, like as you saw in the beginning, my back was towards the audience, but that was in the beginning. But sometimes throughout a performance, if I have a chance where my back is towards the audience and you don't get to see my face, I tend to do the quick to get it out, and then I take a deep breath in, and then I continue with the performance when I turn back around. Because as I'm dancing, you know, I'm trying not to show the audience that I'm running out of breath. The moment I get a chance to turn around, I'll do the quick and turn back around and continue with my performance. But that's also not good, again, because I'm cutting short the longevity of my performance. So I really hope that these small little techniques, these small little, you know, points that I've been able to bring today really gets everybody thinking, you know. Again, if you're not a dancer, breathing is very important. I think my trainer, my personal trainer, if you guys haven't followed my fitness journey, this is something he kind of reminds me also when I'm training with him, is breathing in through your nose, holding it, and then breathing out through your mouth when I'm training, because again, it really does help you execute the activity that you're doing. When you control your breathing, again, it can either make, in my opinion, make or break your performance as far as your execution. If you can control your breathing, keep it steady throughout your performance, excellent. Am I gonna say this happens all the time? No, because I am guilty of it myself. I do, sometimes I forget to control my breathing. By the end of it, I'm walking off the stage exacerbated, trying to grasp for air. So again, this was Kathak. This was a different, very more controlled, and it's softer, so you're able to control it more. But what happens when you do something more high paced, right? So to show you guys that, I'm gonna show you the end part, a little, you know, sneak peek of my QDF piece this year, Modhura Dhuni Baje, with a ending of a Dalana. I'm going to show you a small part of the Dalana just to show you how high paced it is and how it would be very important for me to really focus on my breathing for something like that. So, let me. Okay, again, this is a small little sneak peek. If you guys want to see more of my piece, definitely follow QDF, follow me to see more performances. All right. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear this. So as you saw, the difference between, you see how I'm running out of breath? Despite me not opening my mouth, I'm still having a more full breathing because of how high paced that little excerpt is. So again, this is why I decided to speak about breathing today, because this is something I have been learning for years, but I'm tending to focus more on now because of my piece. And I want to be able to execute my piece, flawlessly as possible for you guys. You see? So despite breathing through my nose and exhaling through my nose, I'm still having to catch my breath, because I'll tell you why. As I continue to practice this part of my piece, it's very hard sometimes to really focus on my direction, but also remember, okay, breathe in, breathe out. And that's what I'm trying to control and really refine, because I've noticed when I focus on how I breathe in during one movement, breathe out when I execute the movement, and I finish, my breathing isn't so heavy at the end. And this is something, again, I feel any dancer can benefit from. So we're coming towards the end of today's live. So before we end, I would just like to review the breathing technique that I spoke about today, which is the alternate nostril breathing. For those that are joining us now, it's okay. So let's just review. You would have to sit down on a chair, on the floor. If you're sitting in a chair, feet planted, back straight. And we're gonna use our right hand, middle finger, index finger down, ring finger, pinky, and thumb open. You're gonna place it right under your nose. Right here, you're gonna close one nostril and you're gonna breathe in 4 counts, hold it. You're gonna switch the nostril and you're gonna breathe out through the opposite nostril with an 8 count. And then with that same nostril that you just exhaled, you're gonna inhale 4 counts again. You're gonna hold it, switch, and you're gonna exhale 8 counts. And this is a whole cycle, 4, 8, 4, 8, 4, 8. And you're gonna continue this as many times as you like. And please don't do a quick, slowly breathe in. Okay, so let's try. Ready? We're gonna close and we're gonna do one cycle. Close your right nostril and breathe in. Switch. Breathe in 4. Switch. I hope this helps anybody that's been having trouble with controlling their breathing for their dances. If this little technique can help you guys, I feel like that's a great triumph for me that I was able to show a different technique to everyone. Is there any questions before we end today's live? If there are any questions at all or any inquiries, please ask. I would love to answer these questions that you guys may have. No questions? So, all right, if there's no questions, I hope you guys continue to follow Queensboro Dance Festival on social media as myself and others are touring through Queens. Today, we actually have a couple of in-person performances, I believe, happening. If you check out the QDF Instagram or Facebook, you will find all the information in there. And just continue to follow us and follow me. My Instagram handle is imperfectly great. I am PERFECTLY great. Imperfectly great on Instagram. Any questions or inquiries? I am starting to teach private lessons. So if you would like to learn Indian classical dance as far as Kathak or Bharatanatyam, I do offer private lessons. So you're more than welcome to inquire about that through my Instagram. So I hope to see you guys throughout this season. I hope you guys continue to support us and all the artists that are performing today. Thank you guys so much and enjoy the rest of your summer and see you guys soon.